Welcome folks, I'm Ross Pambrun. I'm the principal developer with the Memphis Group. I'm here to talk about a Zoom tutorial for Apple devices, which can be found at memphisgroup.ca under Education for All as a resource in the top bar. We'll have more educational tips as we move forward. Today, I'm teaching from my office in Alberta, Canada. Guten Tag zu alles, mein deutsches Freundin. Hello to all my friends in Germany. At the Memphis Group, we focus on cyber technology and innovation, mainly around geographic information systems and deep learning. But that doesn't help you see your grandkids or kids unless you have satellite technology that we use that captures you. So today I want to take you into the video conversation communication device, Zoom. Now, this is tutorial for Apple devices. Here behind me, I have my iPhone 11. I'm holding an iPhone 6. There's an iPad 1st gen and a 4th gen. All of these will essentially follow the same system, and that's what I want to bring with you today into focus. So what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen for the tutorial that I have available online. So this is what you'll find on our front page. Now this is a tutorial that will bring you along as you install your device. These are one of the devices that you should be looking at. Now what I want to really point out here is on this device, for example, you see the App Store. Should look like a symbol like that, and you'll see it as our presentation moves forward. You'll also see it on this device, and you'll see it on this device, and it may not necessarily be on the front page, but as you scroll your pages, you're going to be able to find that device, that app. And that app is what's going to allow you to download the Zoom app. So let's go back to the screen sharing. Now, I want to download it. So you're looking for the Zoom app. So you're going to want to go to the store, click on that button. But what you're going to need is you need to ensure that you have your username and password for Apple that you can then download. This may not be the same as, definitely not your code to get into your phone. And it may not necessarily be the same password as you use for anything else. And I highly recommend that you always have your passwords completely separate. Now you've arrived at the App Store. As you move along the bottom of the page, you'll see most of your devices look similar to this, and there's a search button. This page might look a little different as new apps continue to develop. If you click on that screen at the bottom, it'll show, this will pop up. You're going to want to type Zoom into that top bar. Now you'll see a number of selections that present themselves. What you're looking for is anything that just says Zoom. It will open into the App Store for Zoom Cloud Meetings. Now you can see on this page, there's a number of different Zoom for Intune. You want to choose Zoom Cloud Meetings. Now the difference between seeing the Get or the Cloud means if you've downloaded this once before on a different device or any device under your Apple name or password, then you will see the cloud because you are downloading it onto a separate device, onto a new device. If you see Get, it's because it's the first time that you installed this. You want to verify that it's downloading. You can see the little circle is filling up, and then it will say Open. This is now available on your device. Now what you may find is that it ends up being the last device on any of your pages. But once you hit Open, it will open up. Your new app should look similar to this, someplace on your device. And once you click on that, or it may take you immediately right to this page, you're going to want to pick the sign up button. Now the sign up button at the bottom indicates it will open up to Zoom birth date. Now the first question this will ask you, and you may be asking yourself, is why do I need to put in my birthday? Zoom is trying to ensure that anybody under the age of 16 who cannot confirm consent for any type of video use, you don't have to put in your own birth date, but you do have to put in a birth date that's older than 16. Now it's time to sign up. It'll take you to the next page. Here's your opportunity to read the privacy policy or terms of service. On this page, you want to enter an email address where people will reach you, your first name and your last name. And then as you hit confirm, you will say to the next one, do you want notifications? Notifications are allowing the Zoom app through the allowances within your phone to tell you somebody wants to Zoom you or give you updates on information. For today, we're going to choose Don't Allow. Calendar access. The calendar access is a great feature if you want to pre-schedule meetings with one person, multiple people. Remember, this can be a device This is a tool that you can share and you can have multiple conversations. There's a lot of extra education that can come from this. This is the first time to get you started in your first meeting. Let's choose Don't Allow. Allow Zoom to use SIRI. If you're unfamiliar with SIRI, SIRI is the ability for you on newer phones or newer devices to say, "Hey Siri," and ask as an artificial intelligence, your phone to do something for you. You should be able to, if you ever set things up, to say, for example, "Hey Siri, open my Zoom." Once you've done that, however, you've started opening up the conversation with Siri, and it's a slippery slope because you'll always find you're starting to use that function. Today, we're going to say don't allow unless you're familiar. Face ID or fingerprint ID. A lot of people on the newer phones have facial recognition. You also have thumbprint recognition on some of the older devices, and even older devices may just allow you to use your passcode. If you're comfortable using these features, go ahead and say yes. Otherwise, let's just say no. We can always set this up later. Choosing a contact method. Now, the other day I took my father through this. He chose from phone contacts. As simply as, after he had already been logged in through his first time, he chose my phone number. It sent me a link that said, "Hey, your father's trying to reach you by Zoom." I was able to click the link, and next thing you know, we're Zooming together and we can see each other. Your other choice is to go by email address. If you choose email address, your guest will receive an invite that says, "Oh, this individual wants to invite you to a Zoom meeting." Now, if they don't have notifications on, their email will be received and they may not know about it. In this case, you're going to want to send them a prompt saying, "I've sent my first email to you asking you to join a Zoom meeting. I'm logged in." When that person hits yes, if they do not have Zoom, they will be prompted to download Zoom. A lot of people have it. Everybody younger seems to have it. If they hit reply, they will be logged in and you will begin Zooming. Now, your contact email will be seen by these people. If there's any time that they can't find it, another lesson is that that invite may have gone into their spam folder. You may have to prompt them. That's another lesson. Do I want to show my face? Now, we're very close to showing ourselves. Why would you not want your family or friends to see you? In this case, we're going to say okay. Remember, the camera could be on the back of your phone, but likely your Zoom will open it on the front camera so you will be able to see it. They are not hearing your audio at this time, but it will be turning your camera on. And here's what you're going to see. That's me in the background. Now, my other choice is, how do I want people to hear me? If you look at the top arrow, it indicates that I have quite good Wi-Fi available. I'm going to choose to internet audio. I don't think you're ever going to use dial-in, and it can get very expensive if you are not on Wi-Fi and you're using a lot of video messaging, so just be conscious of it. And down at the bottom, it also says join audio or stop video. I want to really reiterate something here on the next screen. As I've chosen the internet, remember, people can now see me and people can hear me. Down at the bottom left, you can see it says mute or stop video. You may be on a meeting with a number of people. There's a lot of stories online that you can read and hear where people have decided to go to the washroom and haven't stopped their video or muted because they're unfamiliar. You can touch these at any time. Stopping video will not end your session. It will simply stop the video and go to a blank screen. And muting will stop all sound as well. Now, I've gone back to my main page. I want to start a meeting. I would hit that button. If I want to start or join a meeting, I'd hit the button beside it that says join. If I've pressed the new meeting, this page will open up. Your video will be turned on and your personal ID at this time is not being shared, but you can start a meeting. If you start a meeting, you need to invite somebody. If you are joining a meeting, you would be pressing the join button. If somebody's provided you with a 9-digit meeting ID, you can enter it here. Likely you will also have to include a 6-digit meeting passcode. When you enter that information, you will be joining somebody else's meeting. Remember, these are necessary in order to keep your meetings secure and private. The host may still have to admit you into that meeting, but those are their setups. Now I feel like I'm done with my meeting. Here's the button you can press to hit end. Now, if you have started the meeting, you can end the meeting for all. You may have yourself or more than one participant. You can also leave the party just yourself. So if you were the person who was being invited to a meeting, you would likely only have the opportunity to leave a meeting. Congratulations, you've done all the work. You've taken the first few steps in order to understanding the technology a little bit further. So I'm really excited that we had a chance to share this opportunity. If you want to learn more, make sure you email me, ross@memphisgroup.ca. You can ask us any questions. So once again, I've taken you through the tutorial about how to work with enabling Zoom. There's, as you could see, just a multitude of features. If you like what's happening here and you're finding it's easy, I'll make sure that I share this information and I will start more video tips in order. So make sure you go to memphisgroup.ca, look at the Education for All, use the tutorial. If you like, use this video recording, and let's get everybody connected. Best wishes.